The consumer has changed. For anyone who believes that this is a pandemic thing, delivery is a pandemic thing, it's not. The consumer is different. Consumers today want more convenience, they want more choice, and they want to be able to have an experience at home, at the office, wherever they happen to find themselves. Those are the things that are driving these changes. The pandemic certainly accelerated adoption of delivery, but it didn't create it.
Well, I think the exciting things for restaurants right now is their entire operation is becoming digitized. For sure, the consumer is enjoying the experience of convenience and the time value that you can get by having food delivered. But actually everything in the entire restaurant ecosystem is being digitized, from the inventory management systems to the way in which you recruit to the ability for you to be able to market to customers in a very hyper-focused way. Well, I think the way to consider your position wherever you are, no matter what stage of digital maturity you're at, is recognize that it's a process. You don't have to be there overnight. So that's the first piece. And then the main piece is think about the customer data and your employee data as being something that's really quite critical to this overall ecosystem and the development of the systems you choose. So what do I mean by that? Well, third parties are a critical part of this. You do need to have third parties. They're a great customer acquisition tool. But you don't want your customers to continue to go through third parties time and time and time again. You want to be able to give your customer a great experience, and then from that be able to convert them over to your own first party platform. Once you've got them on that first party platform, you can start to build a digital engagement, a relationship with them, so that they really feel that you get them. And that's something that then consumers are going to feel great about, and it's going to treat them like a true loyal customer.
Well, I think our employees are also consumers, and if we think about them in that lens and think about the experiences that they have outside of our restaurants, we start to think about how do we make the experience similar inside our restaurants. If we're creating friction for them in their jobs, if we're asking them to do things on old green screens or on paper that anywhere else in their life they do on their phone, I think we have to stop and ask ourselves why. And there's some very easy, what we might call automation, just through software, just through programmable ovens, through some really basic things that aren't all the way to fancy robots doing jobs for humans, but just helping humans do their jobs better.
We wrote Delivering the Digital Restaurant largely to be able to help restaurants understand the levels of change that are happening in the restaurant industry today. It highlights over 100 different interviews from restaurant executives, technology executives, and really helps restaurants get why this is happening and the steps they need to be able to take advantage of what we think is one of the biggest opportunities to affect restaurants in over 50 years.
So the book is full of great context to understand why these changes are happening and what changes each restaurant has to choose from. You know, we can't all do the same thing. We are each individual, unique, beautiful brands that will digitize in our own particular way that makes sense for our consumers. But understanding the context of what's going on and what choices we have to make, I think will help restaurants make good choices for their brands.